Station. What is going on, everybody? Welcome to One Collection Down and welcome to March Madness 2026. We are kicking off our portion of March Madness. Of course, it started earlier in the week on Monday on Pop Culture Philosophers with the movie The Dark Half, and on Wednesday with the movie American Psycho. So now we are in our third film of the week, and tonight we got a great one, man. The classic 1995 film, 95, 96, depends. I mean, it came out tail end of 95, but we're talking about 12 Monkeys, a movie that I absolutely loved back then, and on subsequent rewatches, I just continue to love this thing. And of course, I'm always joined by a great, great panel of guests, and tonight is no different. I got a bunch of great people on, so let's bring them out. Let's start this party, man. First up, I got my brother, John Comics with Friends Station. What is going on, John?
What is going on, man? What year is it? Are we in 1990? Are we in 96? Are we in 2035? I don't know what year we're in. We're time traveling here tonight.
Oh, yeah. Thanks for joining me tonight, John. Always a pleasure to have you on these shows, man. I finally got one that I think you dug.
This is a banger. You're 2 for 2. You're starting 2026 off strong.
Oh, yeah. All right, let's bring out my next guest returning, the rock star. I'm calling him the rock star. I'm talking about my brother, Chad, Metal Elf Collectibles Station. What is going on, Chad?
Station. Getting ready to let the madness begin. Thanks for having me.
Oh, yeah, absolutely, dude. Definitely loved you on the last show, man. You absolutely killed it when it came to themes. So I know tonight you're going to absolutely murder it with this one, because this one has a bunch of underlying themes, I think, that you can get a lot of shit out of this movie. But, yeah. Let's continue making his return after a long time. I've done shows. I did this gentleman's show a while back. He did one of my shows a while back. And I think we did a movie review together once or twice, but this is his first time doing movie reviews on my channel, and I can't wait to get him on. So let's not waste any time. My brother, Cliff on Comics Station.
Hello.
What is going on, Cliff?
I do this wrong every time because cameras just you know what? It's in my heart, and that's all that matters.
Okay? That's all that matters. Yeah. Don't let Robbie get in your head. He started that whole, you got to do it like this. And I'm like,
no, I don't let Robbie get in my head. Don't worry. Don't worry.
There you go. You can do it like that too. What's going on? Cliff, thanks for joining us.
I can do it like that anymore because, look, I'm getting old. Fingers cramp up. You know, arthritis, tendonitis, and whatever other finger cramp things that come your way. It is not fun. It is not fun.
Oh, thanks for joining me tonight, Cliff. Always a pleasure doing these shows with you, man. You bring such good energy to these things. I can't wait to get into your thoughts about this one tonight. All right, let's keep this party moving. I've got also returning. Now, I've done a few movie reviews with this gentleman. Always love his thoughts. He always seems to pull a crazy theme just out of nowhere. And I'm always baffled, holy crap, I didn't even think about it like that. I'm talking none other than one half of Go Figure Reviews, my brother, Brooks Station. What is going on, Brooks?
Glad to be here. I love March Madness, man. March Madness produces some really good movies, real good, entertaining movies for me for some reason.
Oh yeah, I always have a hard time coming up with them though, man. I like what crazy just movies where people are nuts, and then I sit down and think about it, and I'm like, okay, there's a few.
Brad Pitt seems to have an entire year of it.
First of all, you know what? None of y'all, not once, do I have put it out there. There are nunsploitation films. Why don't you ever get into it? That's what you need to do. All right, maybe when Vatican month comes or something, nunsploitation films are worth it. Vanessa Redgrave stars in one of them, and it's phenomenal.
Cliff, you're acting like it's a section in the video store. Where's the nunsploitation zone? Oh, it's over there.
Well, you know what? If this was the Criterion Collection, they would know.
Yeah,
because
he's right.
In the Criterion Collection.
He's right about that. Oh man, well, Brooks, Thanks for joining us tonight, man. Always a pleasure having you. I can't wait to get into your thoughts too about this film. But yeah, let's welcome our last panelist of the night. First time on this stream, man. First time I've ever had this gentleman on, but he's a great member of our community. Always supporting us in the chats, always supporting us on the gram. And he's doing his own freaking thing, and he's doing great at it, man. So let's welcome my brother Pete from Most Dope Comics.
Station, guys. Thanks for having me. I really appreciate it.
Oh yeah, what's up, Pete? How's it going?
Nothing much, man. This was a first time watch for me, so I got some.
No
opinions.
way!
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my! I can't wait to hear your thoughts on the
For
ending.
real.
For real.
I'm
Right?
gonna
Well,
put my teeth into it.
it came out like before I was born, so this was definitely a first time watch.
You know,
Yeah, so
why
you-
don't you just take a crucifix, carve the end into a blade, and stab me?
Damn, bro.
Before I was born. Jesus Christ!
I was
Yeah,
graduating
I'm
high
excited to talk
school.
about this one. So
Holy smoke.
Yes.
Yeah. I've never felt really old until now.
I aged like 18 years when he said that. I was like,
Yeah.
oh.
Oh, well, Pete, man. Hey, listen, that's awesome, dude. It's going to be great to hear your thoughts on this. This movie's kind of weird. It's kind of kooky. But, you know, from your perspective. So I can't wait to get into it. All right, guys. So we're talking about 12 Monkeys tonight. Let me just get my notes out real quick. All right. I know I always like to do my little factoids before we start. 12 Monkeys, directed by Terry Gilliam and written by David Peoples, who, if you don't know who David Peoples is, he wrote Blade Runner, which is another sci-fi movie that is well respected in our community. Based and inspired by La Jetée, a 1962 French film which also deals with a post-apocalyptic future where a man time travels and meets a woman from his dreams.
And I'm just curious. I may be the only one that's seen it's Leggett. It's a French film. It's almost entirely in still photographs. There's no moving pictures.
It's story photo. It's 28 minutes.
A lot of the DVDs for the movie actually like include it as like a a short that you can watch and add. It is amazing. Like it's really, really good. But I was just curious if anybody but Cliff and I apparently.
My deluxe DVD had it.
Anybody else seen it or no?
No, I've never seen that movie, man.
I sat down to start it, I think, earlier today, and then I didn't get to finish it because I was just too busy.
Sure.
Yeah.
But it made in 1963 with like black and white photographs, and then it's basically it's like a radio play because it's all the sound effects and dialogue is like the audio that plays over still images that flip around.
Wow. Yeah, I gotta check it out.
It's really wild. And it's in French, so you got to do the subtitles and all that.
And
That's
it's quick too. It's only like 30 minutes.
Yeah, it's short.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. I watched the making of doc on my special edition DVD, and he brought that up several times, and they played some of it, and I was like, I think I need to check this out.
It's really cool. I dig it, but I understand that it's not like everybody's cup of tea. It's like
Hey, listen.
a slide. You're watching a
Right.
slideshow, basically.
A few months ago, my friend Joe Corallo, he suggested a movie called Children of Paradise, which is a old black and white French film about a mime. And I didn't think there was any movie that I did not want to see more than that. Like, I was like, the fuck are we watching here? And I watched it, and I absolutely fell in love with it. So I definitely would. How's it pronounced, John? I'm sorry.
Leggett.
Leggett.
I'm pretty sure La Jetée.
Yeah.
La Jetée.
So-
Okay.
Yeah.
La Jetée. All right. We got three ways to say it now.
But yeah, 12 Monkeys based on La Jetée. And this movie was released on December 29th, 1995, which is crazy because when you look it up, it says 1996 on the film, but it was released just a few days short of 1996. And it was number one at the box office. It had a budget of $29 million, but had a worldwide box office of $168.8 million. So that makes this one a big hit. At the 68th Academy Awards. The film was nominated for Best Supporting Actor for Brad Pitt and Best Costume Design. Pitt didn't win that award, but he did get the Golden Globe for Best Supporting Actor at the 53rd Annual Golden Globe Awards. So yeah, this movie is a movie that I saw in the theaters back in the days, and I remember being mesmerized by it. When I saw it, I was just like, this shit is nuts. Like, just the structure, just the style of it. Bruce Willis, who, you know, I don't remember him before this movie doing these kinds of movies. This is like kind of the start of him doing these kind of crazy movies, right? Like The Fifth Element is not too far after this and stuff like that. And oh man, I always liked Bruce Willis, but then I started loving Bruce Willis after this film. And Brad Pitt, who was in a few hits before this one. I think he did 7 before this one, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Which was a big hit. But wow, what a fucking performance from Brad Pitt in this film. Like, the dude, I think he became like a heartthrob after
Legends of the Fall, for God's
Legends
sake.
of the
Legends
Fall,
of the
yeah.
Fall. You're sitting here, you're saying like everything about Brad Pitt except like the movie. The movie that put him on the map is Thelma and Louise.
Thelma and Louise, yeah.
Everyone was like, oh, who's that sexy young man? And then Legends of the Fall was like, oh my God. Like that was the one. Like, understand the trajectory of sexy heartthrob to now I tolerate his existence. You know, I hate watching performers age and like suffer through marriages and all sorts of crap. But anyhow, this is when he's young and energetic and cute and charming and even riveting. So let's do that.
Yeah. No, hey, listen. I was attracted to Brad Pitt back then. I was like, holy shit, this guy's really good looking. Man. Fucking jealous, man.
They were the guys.
But yeah, after those films that Cliff spoke about, he kind of like made an effort to like not be a heartthrob, like, right? Like he tried to like
look to be serious actor.
Yeah, look as shitty as he could in any movie after that. And, you know, when you're that good looking, it doesn't matter what you do. It's going to shine through. But yeah, what a fucking performance from Brad Pitt in this movie. And just like the whole story, I think, is riveting. The way it's told, the way it's done. I think this movie is 100% a science fiction classic. And also a great movie for March Madness, right? Where we deal with people falling into madness, and Bruce Willis definitely does that, and he's surrounded by a bunch of crazy motherfuckers. So I want to get into it. I want to hear you guys' overall thoughts, everybody in the chat, but we'll start with my brother John. John, what are your overall thoughts on 12 Monkeys?
I love this movie, man. You know, I love Terry Gilliam in general, and you know, I think his movies are an absolute, you know, mind screw. His movies never go where you think they're gonna go. They're always going to look unlike anything else you'll ever see. I was a big Time Bandits fan at this point. When this came out, Time Bandits is on like regular replay at my house. So this just, it fits within that same world as far as the world view, the perspective that he's got. I just love the way the story like twists in on itself. The performances are all spectacular. The crazy, like, camera lenses that they use in this movie to create these weird fisheye experiences and the crazy tilts and everything just makes you feel so unsettled and off balance. And that's exactly what the Bruce Willis character is experiencing. And they're throwing you into moments and you're like, I don't know how I got here. All of a sudden I'm in World War I getting shot in the leg, buck naked. And then now I'm in an insane asylum. And now I'm in this weird silver chair 20 feet up in the sky. It's like, there's no calm. Right. There is no calm moment. It's all very, very unsettling. And I think that's just such a badass way to tell the story.
Oh, yeah. It's crazy how this movie, like it twists on itself. You said it perfectly. Like, you know what I mean? Bruce Willis, he's trying to convince everybody he's not crazy. But by the end, he feels like he's a nutcase. And that the way they do that is so awesome. So hell yeah, dude. Chad, what are your overall thoughts on 12 Monkeys?
Overall, I love it. Nostalgia for me. That DVD right there is one of the first that I bought. Um, so it's special to me. I'm with John. I'm a huge Terry Gilliam fan. I guess it started with Monty Python. Huge Monty Python fan. The Quest for the Holy Grail is one of my 5 films that if you don't like, we probably can't be friends.
Oh, damn it. Damn it.
Ah, oh,
Not that I don't like it, Chad. I just never seen it. I know that's
You never
crazy.
seen it?
So no, I gotta see Monty Python. Yeah.
Oh, you gotta watch
okay.
that. Too.
Okay. In
Chad-
a way, I envy you.
Chad, if you haven't done it for Father's Day one year, we took my dad up to LA to watch a screening of it, and oh god damn it, what's his name? Fish Called Wanda guy.
Cleese?
Yeah, John Cleese came out and did like a whole Q&A interview. His daughter interviewed, and I guess he travels around the country doing this. So if you get a chance to catch a screening of him doing it, it's phenomenal. He's hilarious. Of course, he has all this great anecdotes to tell. It's amazing experience.
Oh, yeah. I've watched so much behind the scenes interviews about the formation of them and their careers afterwards. I've followed them. Each one of them is fascinating. Like someone today commented, I think it was Unruly Simeon. He's in the chat. He commented something about how Gilliam was such an inspiration, but Cleese never had anything nice to say about him. And if you watch a lot of the interviews, it is very much right. Like it was a butting of the heads, and to me, they're both polar opposite geniuses, right? Like Cleese is this very like logical pragmatist, right? Like analytical, and then on the other side is Terry Gilliam, who is a visionary, artistic, like abstract genius, right? And they're both bullheaded. So,
Yeah.
you know, but that weird mix made it work, right? And we got so much amazing art out of it. Like, I think you would like this, John. Let's see if I can get it. It's a book I got from England from
Wow.
Bud Art's Plant Books.
Oh, that's awesome.
Many years ago, and it talks about his films, and there's interviews, and it's really cool.
Heck yeah.
So I'm excited to get into it more.
Oh yeah. Cliff, what are your overall thoughts on
Oh,
12?
damn, overall thoughts? Crap. I'm just so much I want to say that I'm just like, oh my God. Like, I'm like, because like the very first time that Robbie had me do this, I like everything came out of me. He's like, well, thanks for leaving nothing for everyone else to say, Cliff. Like, I think you're absolutely right about this being, well, actually, no. This is sci-fi, but more than that, this is psychological thriller.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Well,
You know, this is like how like Captain America the Winter Soldier is a superhero movie, but also like spy espionage thriller.
yes.
Right? So this is like a sci-fi film that's also a psychological thriller. So I love that the underlying plot is this actually, so like, yeah, the surface is like, you know, sci-fi. We time travel, there's a virus, you got to stop it, right? That's the surface. But underneath is psychological thriller. Why does he keep having this dream? Who is that woman? Who is that man who was shot? Why does he keep having that dream?
Yeah.
You know? And so yeah, and like and we watch this man, you know, through Bruce Willis, we watch him unravel because it's he's an isolated person, right? The whatever the physical toll is of the time travel, because we know there's one, but we don't see the time travel process, right? Like for all we know, they discovered how to make a miniature black hole and just threw him in, you know? But yeah, like it's got psychological tension, it's got paranoia, fatalism, I
Dark
will
comedy.
say this. I will say this. This is the kind of movie that gets better after the first time you've seen it.
Yeah, yeah. This is like, it's sort of like The Prestige, which we covered not too long ago, where it has these twists in it, because this has multiple twists. But even when you know the twist, you're still like pulled along by the story, by the beauty of the film, stuff like that. And I would also add to your psychological thriller, film noir. This is a good example of noir filmmaking, because it's really dark.
That's funny, because I feel that's the cinematography directorial spin is a little bit of noir, right? So it's really funny that it's like it's this crosshash of genre, right? Making this film. But yeah, I think that's what makes it really special and unique. And I'm sorry that the arts are constantly dying, and you have to
yeah. Every time we revisit some of these movies, that's the feeling I come away with. Was like, where are these movies now? Where are these I don't know, these touchstones that we could hold on to? Like, there's some, I'm not gonna discredit every freaking modern movie, but like, they don't make them like this, and I hate even saying that because it's so cliche, right? Like, they don't make it like they used to.
Listen,
but it's
apparently
kind of true.
More attention to the Cannes Film Festival. That's what we got to do. All right, because that's like the only place the original films are happening everywhere. Everyone else, it's just another dynasty trap, multi-glomerate super corporation trying to pump stuff up to rob our money. And God bless the fact that I do love a good Superman film. However, take some damn chances. That girl, the one, she's gonna be trapped in a hotel of Satanists who are trying to kill her. ZZ Beats, whatever. I want to see that movie. I want to see that movie. What's that movie called? They're Going to Kill You. Let's go see that movie. All right, I want to see that. Okay, I just saw The Bride. I didn't even know The Bride was a movie, and it's like oh my God, who's that gangster and his girlfriend? Bonnie and Clyde. Thank you. Oh my God, I love you. So it was like Bonnie and Clyde like meets Frankenstein and Bride of Frankenstein, and that shit was great.
Yeah.
Like let's watch them movies. So
and
I'm telling you, it's
and now's the perfect time for these kind of movies to, like you said, those Bride movies, anything like that. It's a perfect time. It's the perfect storm for that kind of thing. Being the theaters the way they are, people reluctant to spend the money, right? So now you can get like really, really deep with it without having to worry about like that summer blockbuster kind of like feel. You know what I mean? You don't really have to focus on that kind of thing. But Brooks, what are your overall?
Yeah, this is a movie I didn't see when I was a kid, but I remember ads for it in comic books back in the day. It was a very vague ad too. It was usually like the symbol, or like Bruce Willis's face with the symbol in the eye. So like I didn't really have any idea of what it was about, except I'd heard basically that it had something to do with time travel. But I watched it pretty recently, not too long ago, for a PCP movie, and I think it may have been last March Madness. But and I remember enjoying it, but like I couldn't remember a whole lot about it. So like on the rewatch, I kind of, it's like you say, like when you watch a movie like this the second time, it hits a little differently. And I really did enjoy this sit down too, because like there's a lot of things. There's a lot of things in this movie, just fun little things that you notice. And it's great. Terry Gilliam, as part of the Monty Python guys, like you can really feel like that kind of dark sense of humor in like in Brazil and other movies like that. Even movies that get like really dark, it always has that kind of like that. There's little pops of silliness that remind you that, oh yeah, this is made by one of those Monty Python guys. Like it's not like Life of Brian or something, but it's a little more a little darker, I guess. Like Life of Brian kind of dark too, I guess, but in a different way.
Absolutely. I mean, all the future scenes I think are played for laughs, right? Because
every time those goofy ass scientists from the future pop up, you're like, yeah, this is some Monty Python shit here.
Because who could believe that you can make a time traveling machine out of tape and fucking clock parts and pipes and shit like that. Like, none of that shit should work. But yeah, no, you're definitely right. It definitely has that goofy quality to it, which makes it endearing, in my opinion. But let's get to Pete. Pete, first time watch, brother. What are your overall thoughts on 12
Oh
Monkeys?
yeah. So first time I watched it, I did not know what I was watching. About an hour in, I had to take a break. I was like, what is going on? Like and like I honestly I wish it had, because like movies back in the day, they had like an intermission basically. So you have like 15 minutes. I wish this movie had an intermission so people could like go out into the hallway and like talk about it and then come back, because it would totally benefit from that, right? But I say first time watch, but I watched this movie like 3 times within this month just to try and like get a grip on what was happening. But yeah, after the second watch, it really hit me. I was like, all right, now I kind of get it. And then the third watch, I started putting all those puzzle pieces together, because like that's all it is. It's like John said, it's a circular movie where it comes and you start at the beginning, and then the beginning is the end basically.
Right.
But at the same time, you're just jagged all the way in. You're just jumping from place to place, but at the same time, it starts where it ends. So that was just so poetic to me. I loved how it did that. That was really, really fantastic for that. I really enjoyed that. So.
Oh yeah, I love the word you used there, poetic. I would
Yeah.
definitely describe this movie as poetic. That dream sequence, although it doesn't hit as hard as it hits on the subsequent watches, the first time when you fucking realize that you've been watching Bruce Willis and Madeline Stowe the whole entire time during that sequence, was mind blowing. At least to me when I saw it the first time. But I'm glad I'm glad you finally got through it, Pete, after 3 watches.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
And
All
it's
right.
nice to know that my confusion was justified, because like I was like, am I just not getting it? Like, is something not clicking? But yeah, no, it was a great movie. I really enjoyed it.
Chad, you said maybe we couldn't be friends because if you don't like Monty Python. I don't know if we could be friends after this statement right here. I mean, highly underrated.
Have you seen Exorcist 3?
Oh yes, I've seen Exorcist 3.
Okay.
Yeah. This is a running joke between me and Robbie.
Oh, okay. All right. I was not aware of that one. So
Which one is number 3?
Say that again.
Which one is number 3? Is number 3 The Heretic, or it's just called number 3?
George
No,
C. Scott
number
one?
3.
George C. Scott.
George, yeah.
Yeah.
William Peter Blatty's Exorcist the Third. Yeah.
It's good. I don't know if it's the best
too.
psychological thriller of the 90s, like Robbie says, but I like it. It's good. But yeah.
But he also asks you not to quote him on that. So
Yeah.
don't quote me.
Who knows?
On that.
We've been going back and forth on that movie for like the better part of 2 years, John. But yeah, let's get into the characters in this film, because there's a lot of kooky characters. Of course, I can steal one right off the top, being the host of the show, but I won't do that. I'll let my guests have at it. So, John, character or performance that you want to highlight in this film?
Oh crap! There's a ton, and I was going back through thinking of like which maybe some of the more understated or underrated performances, and let's go way off the beaten path here, gang. This movie's got the Riddler in it.
Yes.
Frank freaking Gorshin himself from Batman, the original Batman live action. He plays this wacky doctor, and he's got some line deliveries that get me every time. He's in the insane asylum. Where they've got Brad and Bruce Willis, and when Bruce vanishes from the padded cell, he's the one looking around at like the ceiling, like doing all these great. He gives me all the right like Arkham Asylum vibes. This is the kind of guy that Gotham City would hire to run the Arkham Asylum, and everybody's escaping, everybody's just high on their meds. He's given up on the whole process. It's all a sham. There's something absolutely delightful about this cameo for me, and I'll let other people praise the lead actors. There's a ton of great little like weird doctor people, because it's almost like wherever Bruce goes, he's strapped to a chair and there's 6 weird people in front of him all asking him questions, and they've got just like bizarre takes on what's going on, and there's Frank Gorshin just sitting in the middle of the table, and I'm just like, I was loving it. So
That's the
a little
Riddler.
love for the Riddler there running the madhouse.
Yeah, I agree with you, man. You know, I never made that connection until like a few years ago. Like, oh
Right.
shit, that is the Riddler, and I love Batman 66.
And he's running the insane asylum. It's like so perfect.
Yeah,
It is absolutely perfect.
yeah, great bit of casting there. Chad, overall performance or character that you want to highlight?
There are so many in this, and even little bits, you know, like John was just pulling right there. But I'm gonna have to go with the Doctor, Madeline Stowe, Catherine.
Okay.
I thought she did a really good moving performance. The way, like, she was gentle and kind and smart, right? But she also knew her craft. But she also knew it to the point where she didn't. They even say, she has a line in the movie where she says, "So psychology is the new religion. We get to figure out what's right and wrong, what's acceptable, basically."
Right.
So she's not above her, like, questioning herself, right? Like, and that shows humanity and humility. And man, I'm sorry, just rewatching this, I kind of fell in love with her. So
Yeah.
like, you know,
she's so intuitive, right? She's willing to go with her intuition on a case that nobody else would believe in, right?
Right.
And is completely open-minded to what's happening, despite the insanity of what's being presented, right?
Yeah.
Yes. And you added intuition, and I think that plays a big part in it, because, like, she says, hey, I feel like I know you. And she didn't just cut that off, right? Because if you were just an analytical doctor, right, and it was just black and white, you wouldn't believe in intuition, right? It would just be, oh, this dude is ABC clinical diagnosis.
Right.
So,
Yeah. And I love the switch she plays with Bruce Willis, right? Because, like, when she meets him, even though he's going through an emotional stress and emotional breakdown, to her, he's like fucking crazy, right? Like, he starts crying at the song, the Blueberry Hill song and all that shit. And she's like, this guy's batshit insane, right? But by the end of the movie, he's more calm and she's fucking crazy. Like, she's like, come on, let's go over here. Let's go.
She has like so many opportunities to leave him, and she always sticks with him.
yeah.
Well, and
Well, I
he's
think
in
that
that
was
moment
such
where
such an important scene in the movie where they're in the car and they stop at that point and she has the choice. And I'm pretty sure it was in the director's commentary where Terry Gilliam said that he wasn't sure about that shot, but the editor was like, we need to include this to make sure that, like, the audience knows.
Yes, and the editor was absolutely right. Where are these people now? But we, as the audience, we get to watch her make the choice. We get to see her, right? When he talks about, like, the little girl, or the, you know, it's like, oh no, she faked it. They find her, and she's like, how did you know that? He describes it accurately. He's like, I remember. You know, I was a kid. I was so worried, and blah blah blah. And, like, so, like, we get to watch the process of her being like,
yeah,
okay, so maybe he's not delusional, and how the hell did he know this?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, and as he's gaining like a grip on feeling like, no, I am crazy, I belong here, she is losing her grip, right? And she's like, no, wait, maybe you were right all along.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
And
It's a wonderful, like, yeah,
as everything comes full circle, she knows. She knows.
Yeah.
You know?
And it's like Chad was saying, where she has this, like, when you know, we're the dictators of who's crazy or who's not, right? And it kind of throws into question, well, is that guy talking to the wall? You know, is he really talking to somebody? You know what I'm saying? Like, it really makes you question these things. But Cliff, what's a performance or character you want to highlight?
I'm giving it to Bruce Willis this time.
Nice.
And I'll tell you why. Because this is one of the most restrained performances of Bruce Willis. Okay? And that is one of the things I took away on this rewatch. All right. This is his action hero phase. And instead, we get a man who is confused, traumatized, emotionally fragile, breaking under the pressure of time travel, captivity, the realization that his fate is sealed. All of this. Bruce Willis delivers it in dialogue, in presence, in mannerism. All like this is just. And it's a wonderful, I mean, I love all three main characters, but this is a wonderful mirror to Brad Pitt's completely manic, twitchy, unpredictable thing. And I love it. I love it. And you guys already covered Madeline Stowe. All of them, and that's part of what makes this movie so great, is that all of them totally deliver. But I'm going to give it to Bruce Willis because this is a movie he truly shined at doing something not Bruce Willis like.
Yeah, 100%, dude. He broke my heart in this film. This is one of the saddest stories, right? Like, because he doesn't survive at the end. Spoilers. But the shit he went through from the moment that he witnessed himself getting shot. Because the virus came out a few weeks later, so I'm assuming he lost his parents. Along the way, he became some sort of convict, and then he's locked up in his fucking, COVID-19 future and shit. And then being sent back in time, feeling like you're nuts, falling in love, realizing the chick in your dreams. You know what I mean? All this crazy shit happens to him, and when he goes and she's holding him and shit, it was just like so sad. It was so sad. He broke my heart. Yeah, Bruce Willis gives a tour de force performance in this film. Great pick, Cliff. Brooks, character or performance you want to highlight?
Yeah, I can't remember who I picked for PCP movies, but it was probably the same one, I'd imagine. But the lady who played the lady scientist, out of this council of scientists, because like I said, the council of scientists is a very they feel very kind of goofy and funny, but there is a darkness, an extreme darkness too behind them. And the head lady, she seems like the kind of the leader almost in a lot of ways. This lady, she's like the only lady scientist I think in the group. And she's so reptilian, she has that face.
She is.
That's important. That's important, right? Because they've, in that future, and by the way, Carol Florence, shout out to her, right? In that future, they have lost what it's like to be social. And if you notice, and I can't wait to talk about the final scene, by the way. In her final scene, that is such an awkward introduction. And she's like, and he's like, and she's like, Jones, Bob. It's cold and wooden because she doesn't really know how to interact with people and be like, hey, good to meet you, hey, what's up? It's like, oh, how lovely this is. No, none of that. It's cold and wooden, and of course that dude is so lost in his crazy ass plan he doesn't even notice.
Yeah.
All these scientist guys, they just feel like they do not give a shit about humanity at all. They're just
but contraire,
in a whole nother world.
No, but contraire, they do. They do live in a whole nother world. They live in a time where you've completely forgotten what it's like to be social. They're studying this disease, and that leaves me with two outcomes for why she's on that plane. Are we ready to discuss this yet, people? Or am I gonna hold
Wait, I don't
Not
think
yet.
Fable's gotten a chance to pick his favorite performance. Pete's still
Okay,
waiting.
but anyhow, shout out to Carol Florence. Bitch, we're coming back to you because that might be the most important scene in the movie, and we're gonna shut it down.
Yeah. I agree, though, Brooks.
Turn my fan on.
I agree, Brooks. She's definitely a standout out of the scientists, and I agree with Cliff too. She does put a button on the film at the end in a really weird way that makes you be like, holy crap. You know what I mean? How what do you call it? The 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon or whatever it's called.
Separation. 6
Yeah.
degrees of separation.
This ain't no 6 degrees. This is some strategic. This is some Terry Gilliam I am so going to take you to the 2 theories that have haunted me my entire life with this movie.
Let's go. I can't wait to get there. Hell yeah. But Pete, character performance you want to highlight, brother?
All right. Let's see. I had 2 because I thought the main one was gonna get taken, but I'll go with my main one, Brad Pitt. He absolutely killed this performance, and it was something I was not expecting. Because the first time through, I was watching and I was like, I saw him in the insane asylum, and then like you see the flashback where like you see him in the yellow rubber jacket or whatever, and he's holding the suitcase, and you think that he's the guy that's going to be doing the thing, but it's just Bruce's mind kind of messing with him. That's what's happening. Yep. So the first time I watched it, I was like, is Brad Pitt like playing like a double performance here? Is he pretending to be crazy inside this asylum and he's actually the smart guy? But then you watch it again and you're like, he's just an insane kook and he's playing it and like his eyes go in 2 different ways.
And that's one of the twists of the movie, right? Like if you really think about it, because right, because you're like, okay, he's the one that brings on the apocalypse or whatever, but it's like, no, he just wanted to free some fucking animals. That's all he wanted to do, and get back at Daddy. That's it.
And then you go back to the insane asylum, and then you see the videos that were on display, all the cartoons and stuff, and then you see the animals that were being tested on, and it just clicks, and you're like, holy shit, this guy's just fucking nuts. Like, so I thought that was brilliant. And then the fact that he went to an insane asylum and studied with some doctors to kind of figure out how these people actually, what their tics were and what they did. Yep. I thought that was brilliant. So that's my performance highlight. He was great.
Yeah, I agree 100%. I when I saw this before, because I liked Brad Pitt before that, right? Like I like Seven, I like Legends of the Fall, I like that movie. I like everything. Was it even in what's that movie, Brooks, that we did for Action Fest, the True Romance? Were you on that one?
No, he is not in True Romance. No.
Yeah, he's the drug addict in California that they go and he's like,
oh my god, you know what's so funny is like that is unmemorable for me.
He's just a pothead roommate. He's just in California.
It doesn't. It's like, wow, that was a paycheck. You know,
where he was like, "Don't
that
patronize me, man." I love that shit.
Yeah, no, it's cute, but like that doesn't like sell it on me. You know?
No, I hear you.
You know, sexy young buck to Thelma and Louise. Oh my God, give it to me. You know, out there chopping wood and riding horses and the hair flowing. Absolutely. You know, fighting for his life against his mercenary wife.
He makes me inadequate enough. Makes me feel inadequate enough. You don't got to keep bringing up how freaking.
Oh, whatever. I'm sure there's nothing. I'm sure there's nothing in his pants that makes anybody feel inadequate. He's not Chris Pine. Chris Pine is you got to watch out for. And apparently Henry Cavill. We got to watch out for Henry Cavill too.
Oh yeah, well, he's another one.
He just moved up 19 centimeters on my list, if you know what I mean.
What about Liam Neeson? I've heard that one. You hear the story where he was caught walking around after Ambien?
But I've met him multiple times. Because before his wife passed away, they would come to my LCS when it was closer to their home, and the man dresses like a homeless painter. Okay. But anyhow, I mean, he's an all right dude, and they have not sold that house, so he still comes through because no one's buying that house, you know. And the house has been for sale since the kids went away to school. Like the house has just been for sale. But yeah, I was gonna say after knowing, even though it's from a distance, I don't want to act like, oh my God, we're besties. No, but like after knowing him, even just from little trips to the comic shop and discreetly picking up stuff for the kids and off they go, like it's just not the same. I can't look at him sexually because I'm just like oh, you know.
Yeah.
And the first time I ever met him, because I know it take up time and it's a side story, but the first time I ever met him, I was talking shit about the Phantom Menace, and then I realized that he was standing there and my face melted.
Oh damn.
Man. Oh damn. Yeah, that is awful.
Make one intelligent.
So if you come to my area, the people that you have a chance of running into are sometimes Liam Neeson, often Jeffrey Dean Morgan, and sometimes Paul Rudd.
Oh,
There you go, dropping some more names. There you go, Robbie said, and I thought I was a name dropper.
Well, I
but
want you guys to remember that if you look at my Toys for Tots from this year and 2 years ago, Paul Rudd signed stuff and donated to the Toys for Tots, our silent auction. So, cheers to him.
Awesome.
Oh yeah. But yeah, great pick, Pete. Like I was gonna say, Brad Pitt was in a bunch of movies before this, but this is the movie where I truly felt like the man had acting chops, right? Like it wasn't just about looks or whatever from the movies before, even though Seven wasn't really about any of that. But this is the one where I was like, damn, this guy is fucking good, like really good. Like you said, the ticks and everything was incredible, and I was like really paying attention to that this go around, and it's crazy. It's crazy how he pulled that off. Yeah, so I guess I'm not left with too many picks here, but I'll shout out Christopher Plummer as Dr. Leland Goins, man. I love that Southern accent that he has in this movie. I just love it. He's just like, he's just a mustache twirling villain in this movie. Like, oh me,
Well, he's that red herring antagonist.
Yeah.
You think it's gonna be him?
I don't make viruses. I can't do the accent. Not me. No, not me. I don't know what you're talking about.
That bright ass red hair should be illegal. Illegal. All right. Like no. Like that bright ass. Like that. It is so. That is all true, by the way. That bright ass. Well, number one, not only did I accidentally feel it the one time I picked him up and he got super angry with me, but he also discussed it in an interview that's floating around on the interwebs.
Accidentally.
Well, no, it was accidentally because I picked him up and I didn't know that I was going to be surprised like that. And I didn't know that he was not going to appreciate the surprise. And I should not have been drinking at that Mexican restaurant. So there's your highlights.
Alrighty. That sounds like a story.
Yeah, right.
For another day.
Yeah. But I do want to say this one really weird thing.
Just one?
Yeah, that yeah, it's so funny. I like our oh my god, I'm doing that thing again. I'm gonna tie it back. You know what? I can't tie it back, but I'm gonna do this. Exorcist 3 is about existential horror and psychological evil, and I think if you remember that and rewatch it, you'll like it better. There we go.
There you go. Hell yeah, Clint.
I'm going to shout out, nobody mentioned David Morse, just, casually as the guy who actually is the villain of the movie and does the virus. David Morse is a great actor and a ton of stuff.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I thought we were talking about, that's why I said orange hair should be illegal.
No, we're talking about Christopher Plummer.
Yeah.
Christopher Plummer is the dad.
I completely missed that.
No, David Morse is the redhead. Christopher Plummer is playing Brad Pitt's dad.
Okay. Thanks for clearing that up, because I was like, was his hair red? I don't
No.
Shit,
I was going to let Cliff run off that cliff as far as he was going to go and then bring him back.
I was like, Colonel.
I took
He
off
just
with my
kept going.
bungee. Like, we got the bungee.
Listen, when Cliff is on a roll, you don't stop the man. You just let him go. You let him go. Let him get it out. I love it.
I was enjoying it. He tied it all back up in a bow.
Yeah, he did. Exactly. He did it, bro. All right, man. Let's get into style and structure. And Cliff, this is your cue for your theory. So right off the bat, this movie has an incredible sense of style, right? Like,
yes,
the movie is shot in a way where it makes the audience crazy. All these tilted angles, all these down up shots, all these soft. I guess
you're killing everything I'm about to say about the cinema.
Well, reiterate, man. You articulate better than I do, so
all right. So like style and structure. First, there's the writing and the story structure. Shout out to David Webb Peoples and Janet Peoples, right? Because they are giving us non-linear storytelling and memory fucking loops, okay? That shit is wild. I can see why Leggett was so influential on them, okay? And this whole movie, like, depends on looped narrative, right? And that opening scene that turns out to be the ending, like, suggests, at least for the sake of this movie, that things are predestined rather than changeable, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then the cinematography is unmistakably Terry's cinematography, right? Wide angle lenses, distorted perspectives, industrial claustrophobic sets, stark contrast between sterile futuristic labs, right? And a more stabilized vision, right? Versus like 1990s urban environments where everything feels more scattered and out of place, with the camera tilts that you mentioned, the awkward characters, and the feeling that the world itself is unstable, which only was foreshadowing my life in the 20s. Thanks, Terry. I think that's the bow on what I have to say.
There you go. But yeah, it's shot in this dreamlike quality, which makes you feel like, is this a dream, right? I think the lenses, is what John was alluding to. Those were the lenses used to make that effect, right?
Yeah, it's going to definitely get a distorted view of things. And the fisheye lens is one of the wild ones that I remember first seeing in 2001, whenever Hal would be like looking at things, it would have this kind of distorted like fishbowl thing that was happening. Like you're looking through a weird pane of glass and everything's kind of like distorted
right
out. And there's definitely shots where it's like things are larger or smaller just based on like the where they fit into the frame.
Yeah.
And then of course there's characters also like in the future behind weird like funhouse glasses as well to make them even more distorted behind them.
Right.
And that's very important so that we understand the character of Hal. Right? And in this movie, it's very important so that we understand the perception of the lead.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, it's a movie that definitely feels like a fever dream. If I had to, boil it down to just a few words. I love the costume design in this movie. I think that's a big standout. The shit that Bruce Willis wears in the beginning that sort of looks like a fucking X-Wing TIE fighter guy with a bubble coat and a plastic rain suit. I don't know what the hell he was wearing, but all of this shit looks cobbled together, right? And this is supposed to be the future, and like what Brooks was saying, that Monty Python comedy or whatever, that slant, it definitely comes out in that, because you can't believe that these people could ever travel in time with the shit that they have.
That's the big plastic thing. That's his big rubber condom protecting him from the virus.
Yeah.
That was the nickname of that suit, was the human condom.
Yeah.
Seriously,
shit.
during the set, and then
know that
the whole time machine thing, like that is like some of this alludes to the AIDS epidemic. Right. So we were just coming out of that, and even like when he's time traveling, it's a very sexual, like it's this big condom going into this hole, right? Like it's slowly going.
Right.
Anyways.
Yeah. No, I got it. We get to
take your time, Chad. Take your time. Don't rush it. Just use all the words. All the words.
But yeah, that shit. I love the imagery that juxtaposes in the future and the past, right? Like when he's stuck in that, when they lock him up in 1990 in that solitary confinement room, it almost exactly like the room he's in the future when he appears in the future, only, has a little, the crazy technology, like we said, in the room. They do that, like you were just mentioning, the scene where he's getting injected, the condom thing. He walks by what I think is an MRI machine, and he takes a long stare at it because it looks exactly like the machine that he uses to time travel. And I didn't get that connection at first. And there's a lot of that going on. The Florida Keys thing.
That's when he's
Yep.
about to escape. I didn't put that together either until
Yeah,
you just
yeah.
said
He
that.
takes a long stare. He walks past
Yeah.
this room where somebody's in like this thing, and he just
Yeah.
stares at it for a quick second. And I never made that connection until this viewing. But there's a lot of that going on in this movie. So I love that kind of thing. This visual storytelling that's going on where, whether it's the crazy camera angles or whatever. Structure, I think, is brilliant. Like Pete said, starting with the end. I'm a sucker for shit like that when you loop things back around. You don't get it at first, and then by the end of the movie, you totally get it. And then it just makes you want to watch it again, right? It gives you that oh shit, I'm gonna catch it. I gotta watch this again. And I love when a movie does that. So I think style and structure are fantastic. But John, what do you think about the style and structure?
The production design is so phenomenal. You get a lot of sci-fi movies, and there's no shame either direction, but you get a lot of sci-fi movies where everything's really clean and the designs are really sharp. And sometimes there's just something really fun about a real gritty, just messy, sloppy. What is it they say? Science isn't really an exact science with these guys. Like,
Yeah.
I love that. That's kind of the metaphor or the statement for the whole thing, right?
Right.
And when you're in the future, or whether you're in the insane asylum, they're very similar. There's not a whole lot of difference, right? There's just a claim that they have better technology, and that's about it. And the experience for the Bruce Willis character is mirrored as a result, right? Whether they put him in that, I love the silver chair that like rockets him up for no reason, 20 feet in the air. I love this stuff. And I think that production design, that vision of this bizarre future, it just feels lived in, and it gives the audience this authenticity, which the story does not deserve. It is so wild. This whole thing is so wild that yet somehow you feel like there's an authenticity to what's happening on the screen.
Yeah, 100%, dude. Yeah, great way to put it. Chad, style and structure, what do you think?
First off, man, I love doing these, right? That thing you pointed out, it was amazing, right? Like I catch most things, but every time I watch you, I catch something different. I love your little insights, man. Like,
Well, thank you.
I love doing these again. You guys make me think. Not a whole lot of people do that, right? Not a whole lot of people can point out things that make me think. And I'm not trying to be egotistical here or anything, but I'm just in gratitude. So with that, I'll go.
I appreciate your chat. Definitely. Love it. That's what we do here on the PCP crew, man. We dive a little deeper.
Deeper.
But go ahead, my brother. Keep going. I'm sorry.
No. So the writing, I think the writing is pretty brilliant. Considering this is a time traveling piece, that we can get it even on the second or third with all of these complex themes and issues and the menagerie of the fucking visuals, like the madness of the visuals that's going on, and that we can tie that together, bring it back, and get so much out of this film, like says something, right? Like that's brilliant. Let's see here. So the structure, I think the structure is good. Again, to be able to tie it back all together, it's very complex. And then the cinematography with Terry Gilliam, it's hands down, man. You said Fever Dream, I think, Phable.
Mm-hmm.
That is what I consider most of his movies.
Yeah.
Like Brazil is like I'm watching something while I have 103 fever. Like it's what's going on? Okay, I want to pose this to you guys too.
Mm-hmm.
I know that Terry Gilliam was a severe alcoholic. Okay.
I didn't know that.
And I think, John, you were talking about with the cinematography, like the darkness to it. And I think it goes along with that fever dream. I have noticed this with other artists, even 2D artists, Francis Bacon, for one. I think what we're seeing is almost a vision of what they see when they're drunk, like, or coming out of a blackout. like living in that perpetual kind of darkness.
Yeah.
You can tell like everything has this kind of off grit to it. Like it doesn't seem like it's really there. It's not clear enough. It has this darkness over it, like a veil almost.
Right. Yeah.
Right. Oh, Lynch was another. Did I say that? David Lynch was another one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that might be my theory. As
But
to
I think,
why it looks like that.
When you watch one of his more grounded films, The Fisher King, I think you get some of the same wild fever dreams through psychoses and drug abuse. Like that's the tunnel. So I feel like it proves your thesis, right? That's a movie that proves your thesis.
More so,
yeah,
that people who are drawn to drug and alcohol use,
right,
is because they're trying to cope with. I can't believe I said cope with some psychosis anyway.
right.
Oh yeah, 85%
So, like,
is a co-occurring disorder. There's something else behind it.
So if you look, but a film like like Fisher King, I think shows the drug use and the drug abuse and the mental illness like all in kind of one lens, and there is a clear real and fantasy kind of happening in that film. There's like a delineation, and I think for me, that what you just said, instantly my head went to that film of Gilliam's, right?
And Tideland too. When you came in backstage, that's what I was actually talking about. I was talking about the synopsis of the movie basically, and it's just a little girl. Her dad dies of a drug overdose. Like, she's cooking up his medicine, as he calls it. He overdoses, and then she goes into a fantasy land to try to escape, basically, and make sense of what's going on. And it's trippy as fuck, let me tell you. I love his stuff, but even that, I was like, well, this is too much. That's too much for me. Like, I don't think I can wrap my head around this. Like, he's like, you need to approach this from the lens of a 3-year-old or a 6-year-old or something. And I'm like, well, I can go pretty far back, but I don't know about that.
Right, exactly. Hell yeah. Any more thoughts on it?
Yeah, again, just like the madness of the shots, the off kilter shots, and then even one of them, it has a spiral effect. Like it's going around in a circle, like conveying even more madness. You know?
Yeah, 100%, dude. Cliff, you let us know some of your thoughts on the cinematography and everything, but anything else you want to add to style and structure?
No, you guys are like so great, and I love that everyone is able to take so much away from this film, you know? And like, I know I wasn't paying attention so much to the freaking outfits, but one of you was like, let's talk about wardrobe, and that's what I love. You know? Now the next time I watch this movie, I'll be like, what's this bitch wearing? Like, like, let's look at the super condom again. Let's look at that full body condom.
Well, when Bruce Willis puts on that fucking wig and the mustache, I mean, that was totally badass. I was like, this guy, he just loses himself. You just put a little mustache on him, he's a whole nother guy. But yeah, this movie definitely has some great style to it. Brooks, any thoughts on style and structure?
The style of this movie is like it reminds me a lot of Brazil in a lot of ways. It's kind of like, you know, that it's kind of like balancing act between like whimsy and like, you know, just really dark dystopian shit. Like, you know, for me, like time travel movies are kind of like a thing for me. Like, you know, you have to do it right because like it annoys me having to keep up with like, you know, with time travel shit. Because it's like, man, now I got to think about like what time period all this is in. Like, you know, it feels like it's too much work. It's like, you know, it's like if you get, I guess it's like, you know, if you get a certain kind of homework that you don't like, you're like, and time travel's plots are kind of like that for me. But I think this movie does it well. I love how he makes time travel look so unpleasant. Like, you know, like Bruce Willis looks like absolute shit the first time he comes out of a fucking time travel, and each time he gets a little less bad, but he's always, every time he makes a jump, he just does not look like he's having a good time. Yeah. And I imagine that's what time travel would be like, like how bizarre it would feel to, you know, be transported, like, you know, backwards through time. And, you know, I love that they also took the time for him to, like, you know, like enjoy like the fresh air, like, you know, he sticks his head out the car window, like, he's just so overjoyed to like be breathing like actual air, to hear music, like, that's why the music hits him so hard, is because like, he's probably never really heard that kind of music before, and it's just like, so this is what music is supposed to be like.
He did as a kid,
right? It's nostalgic for him,
right? So it's beyond nostalgic. It's like a life so behind him.
Right. Yeah, it's like this future is like feels so dark. It's like everybody's just like completely lost any sense of who they are. It's like they're just drones, they're just milling around underground and like ants in an anthill. It's like he's been so far removed from that, like the art and like culture that he remembers from back in his day.
It's
like,
almost like a dream for him.
Right? Yeah, it's like a shock to his system. Like like this,
and
like
such a great,
less bad.
Sorry, Brooks. Sorry, such a great part of that scene, Brooks, is like he feels almost like childlike because he's just taken back to that moment when he was a child, and it's like he's forgotten that memory, but hearing it brings all that back. It's like that flooding rush of memories just makes him feel like a kid again, and that's why he acts that way. It's so
like extreme nostalgia.
Yeah.
We're all bouncing.
Sorry, guys. Once I
spin me around, I'm getting dizzy, bro.
StreamYard. Well, perfect timing, right? StreamYard has had this like crazy glitch lately. I don't know if any of you guys have experienced it. This is the second time where you guys will just cut out. Your audio will cut out, and I'm thinking it's you or your mic or something, and it's actually me. And I have to like get out, and then when I come back, everybody's fine again. So yeah, it's been annoying paying $44 for this shit every month, but
okay. Can I bring, every time somebody brings that up, I want to remind you, the Black Friday.
No, I'm not gonna. No, I'm not gonna. He's like, you got to create a new account every year.
I know.
And then you got to delete it.
You didn't have to this year.
You can't use the same email. You got to use a different email.
You did not have to this year, John. I did. Like, first of all, Rob, as soon as it hit midnight, Rob hit them with an email being like, yo, why are you playing games with me? And like, okay, sir, we'll give you the price you want. And then by the time we had Sam go in, Sam was ready to make a new account and everything. And they were like, hey, we're giving you the offer. And he's like, oh, okay. And we got the discount on Black Friday, not even having to not on Black Friday, but shortly
last
after.
time they gave me such a runaround. I was like, but we're here to talk about 12 monkeys, not stupid ducks.
Point is Phable, find a friend, goddammit, find a friend.
No, we're gonna talk. We're gonna talk backstage because I could save some money, man. Trust me, I want to save some dough. But Pete, style and structure. What do you think, my brother?
Yeah, no, I wrote some stuff down, so I'll probably come back to it.
Oh yeah, go for it, man.
But like overall, the style, it was like manic. It was like mania. You felt like you were crazy just because like the Dutch angles. That's like when the camera's all tilted like this. That's what that's called. Yeah, the fish eyes, the camera shots, like when he's in prison, all the camera shots from behind the bars, and it's like framing him behind all this grating, just showing how he's imprisoned through the camera lens. I thought that was brilliant. And the music, even the main intro, like you feel kind of insane just listening to it. You're like, what is this circus Latin tango music that's going on right now? I'm like, I like it, but I don't know why.
I called it European Carnival. That's what I was feeling.
There you go. Yeah.
I love that you called it circus tango, and I was like, European Carnival.
Yeah, no. So like the music makes you feel a little bit crazy, and then in the mental hospital, all the shots, the cartoon, the diegetic sounds from the cartoons actually make, like when Brad Pitt, like he pops his head out of his shirt, there's like a boing from the cartoon.
Yep.
And it's like, you're like, was that like supposed to be in the show, or was it from the cartoon? And like you just kind of, it makes you question all these little things in the film, and I love that, just like with the sound design.
Well, before you keep going, we're going to get into music briefly, but the theme is based on Argentinian tango. And you said the word tango, so that's crazy that you.
There we go.
But yeah, keep going, my friend.
And then the logo with the 12, the monkeys going around in a circle. Terry Gilliam had said that was like a play on humanity. He was like, everyone just keeps following each other, going in a circle, not really realizing what's going on around them. Thought that was really brilliant. And I thought it was pretty funny. they can make a time machine, but they can't cure the virus. I was like,
that is kind of, yeah, you got a good point there.
that was a little funny. I was
That's
like,
gonna
all right.
come back to the ending. That's gonna come back to the ending that I want to talk.
Yes, I will get there. And then structure. I really liked the structure of the film. It was like a non-linear, fragmented storyline, but it was also circular. So like we were talking about at the beginning, it like goes like this, and then you end up right at the beginning again. I thought that was brilliant, and it was probably the best part of the film. And I think the unsung hero of the whole film has to be the editor. It's I have his name here.
Yeah.
Mick Audsley was the editor, and like he's got to be the unsung hero. He was absolutely brilliant putting all those things together. And it's not like he did it on digital; he did it with like film reels. Like you got to cut that stuff up, put it through, look at it on the little projector that you got there, and then make sure it's all right. Like that must have been a task just in itself. So
Yeah,
props to
100%, 100%. Damn, Pete. Okay, I see you. You were born after this film, and you're still fucking killing it. All right. I see you. I see you.
He came loaded with he came ready to party. He knew he was going to be the youngest person on this panel. And he was like, I can't fuck around.
I had to have something to
say. Yeah, so you already mentioned it. I just wanted to talk about this briefly, just the music in the film. Like I said, he's totally on the money when he's saying that it's based on a tango. It actually is based on a tango, but it was composed and arranged by a guy named Paul Buckmaster. And he may not seem familiar to anybody because he's not really a film composer. I think this is one of maybe 2 films that he's ever like written music for or has done music for, but he
has worked with David Bowie.
That's what I was just about to get into. He is a prominent person in the music scene because he is best known for his orchestral collaborations with David Bowie, Sean Phillips, Elton John, the Rolling Stones, Carly Simon, Miles Davis, the Grateful Dead, and this was just in the 70s. He's also gone on to work with people like Lionel Richie, Celine Dion, Carrie Underwood, Guns N' Roses, contributing to their albums and recording with them and stuff like that. So this guy's pretty prominent in the music scene, but this is one of the few films that he actually wrote and conducted himself. So Pete, I'm just going to go the other way around. Pete, any more to add to the music?
Let's see. I'll check my notes here quick. The violin. The violin was beautiful. Like in the first time you hear the violin, it didn't hit as hard. But then the second time watching, and you kind of realize that you're watching this man die that you've just been watching for the past 2 hours, and you're about to watch it again. It's like that violin just hits so much harder. And then, yeah, I really loved that. That was a great orchestra choice, just to have the one music or the one instrument do the whole thing. I thought that was great.
Yeah, absolutely. When he breaks through the metal detectors, you hear that beep 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 beep, and it's like quiet, like there's no ambient noise, it's just that beeping sound, and then that violin comes through. Yeah, absolutely brilliant stuff there.
And you're almost in a trance at that point, like you barely even notice it, and then you're just like, and it just starts playing. Like,
100%, dude, on the money. Brooks, briefly, any thoughts on the music?
Yeah, I like it. I thought the music in the film was really it captured that kind of dark, whimsical feeling, I think, for the most part. Like, and like, I liked the songs that they used in there too, like, Blueberry Hill. Like it very much to the filmmaker's sense of nostalgia, like what he's nostalgic for. Like I remember those old songs too. Like, they have that kind of like those songs like from that era. They just like, they just feel like pure nostalgia, I guess. Like even if you weren't like there before your time, like it just kind of feels that way, when you listen to them. At least for me. I can't speak to everybody's experience, but like a great soundtrack.
Yeah, 100%. Cliff, any thoughts on the music?
No, I think Paul Buckmaster was great. It's like, okay, so like it's just crazy. Like the music is haunting. There's accordion shit.
Yes.
There's like, but the point is, and that's what. So even when I said in style, it's so brilliant. he made sure that the music and sound matched the portrayal of the film.
Yeah.
Right? Like it was like this movie really is about like the psychological like disruption, and everything has to make that come together. Sound, audio, visuals, and he played right into it. I don't know what kind of ensemble team they were, but they clearly were the correct talents to come together to make this film. And the way that the music always helps to make you feel that something is always wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And how he was able to take the music and also tie it into the theme of fate and inevitability.
Yeah.
And I thought that was so interesting. And I guess the opening scene becoming the ending scene and that music, I felt like really he sold it. He sold it with the music there.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. I agree with you, man. Like I said, not a guy that's known for his movie sound scores, but definitely the best pick probably for this film. 100%. Chad, any brief thoughts on the music?
Yeah, I thought the score was awesome. It is super effective. Pete was mentioning the strings, the violin. Man, like it, and it doesn't feel cheap. It doesn't feel like a ploy. Like it hits exactly like it's supposed to, and it draws you in for the right amount of time. Like it really hits. And then with the actual like the songs, Brooks was saying about nostalgia. I think that hits it on the head right there, man. Like it creates kind of a levity for Bruce in that, and gives him that nostalgic feeling, and it gives, I think it's like a motivation, right? Like he's remembering that, hey, this world is worth it, and it kind of helps keep him going.
Yeah.
I thought the sound design was brilliant on this film. The scenes where they're in the asylum, you can almost hear like a chatter in the background, like all these different voices, and it like fills up your room and creates almost like a madness. Like there's
Yeah.
The PA that's going in the airport, like none of it's disruptive. It's exactly where it needs to be. Like I think it's fantastic.
Oh yeah. John, any thoughts on the music?
Yeah,
Or sound design?
I feel like everybody definitely hit on what makes it work and why it fits this particular film and wouldn't fit any other in any other way. I'm glad we mentioned some sound design, because there's definitely a wonderful sort of perspective given to the scenes in the airport versus the scenes in the asylum versus the scenes in the future versus that bit when he's outside in the snow and there's like a bear and a lion and there's really good use of controlling the sound so that you feel rarely like alone. You feel like crowded in by people, by sound. There's this uncomfortable claustrophobic kind of thing that seems to be happening that is captured throughout the film, except in that little bit when he's outside in the snow where you're like, you're surrounded by plastic. You're the bubble boy, right? But other than that, there's this like, that's the only time it really feels like he's on his own and he's got the space around him. The rest of the movie feels so claustrophobic. So yeah, the sound design I think achieves a lot of that.
Yeah, absolutely. I can't add much to that. I would just riff on what Cliff said a little bit. When you think of monkeys, you think of, I don't know, jovial pranksters, I don't know, like monkeys are, with the banana peels and just the way they're represented in our culture in a lot of ways. It's always like in a jokey way. And I love that the theme. Like,
have like the monkey with the roast beef sandwich.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I love that like Cliff said, the music matches that perfectly. Like that dun 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 dun. It's like I don't know. It goes perfect with the whole monkey thing. I don't know. It was great. And one bit of sound design that I want to highlight is when they're in the movie theater and they are watching Vertigo and the birds, and a lot of those lines are being said while these actions are happening. And if I don't know if you guys noticed this, but a lot of the things they did in that movie theater, they did in Vertigo,
Yeah.
which is fucking brilliant. And I again did not catch that until this go around, because I've watched so much movies dealing with pop culture philosophers, Brooks, hanging with Brooks and everything. I'm now catching these crazy little juxtapositions. I thought that was brilliant. Alfred Hitchcock definitely knows a thing about crazy. Right?
Fact.
So
I
that was
think the
brilliant.
first scene in there was North by Northwest. It's like a film festival of all
The
several
Hitchcock, yeah.
Hitchcock, yeah.
Yeah. But there was a particular scene where she's looking at the rings on the tree and
Mhm.
talking about her timeline, right?
Yeah.
And that shit is playing while they're whatever having their conversation. I thought it was just brilliant to put those lines in there from that movie. And I think Pete said it also with the cartoons and shit. Or I don't know if it was Chad, but like the cartoons that were playing and the sound effects from those cartoons, kind of going along with the actions of the film. Stuff like that is so cool. That's a master at work, right? Like that's a brilliance that a lot of people will miss. A lot of people will miss, but that's okay. That's okay. They're there for you if you want to find them, those nuggets, and that's when you know you got a great film.
And that's what adds to the rewatch, folks. That's
Yeah.
what adds
Yeah.
to the rewatch.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Finally, we get to the themes. Of course, over here in PCP, we like to dive a little deeper. We like to peel that onion back, get to the deeper layers. And I think this movie has a bunch of themes. I mean, there's obvious ones, and then there's like little ones. Where it comes to capitalism or I don't know. There's a lot. There's a lot. I'll let you guys get into it. John, what is this movie trying to say, or what is it saying to you?
Oof. I mean, I think it's definitely a comment on insanity. Like that, there's a big piece here about reality. What is real and what is not? Like what is objective truth, right?
Mhm.
And I think that's a constant issue for almost all the characters at one point or another, questioning what is real around them and what's not, and shared reality. And there's just so many ways in which that impacts Bruce's character or Madeline Stowe's character or Brad Pitt's character, and even obviously our villain, who is clearly insane and desirous of basically destroying the world for the sake of these animals, right? He's lost. He's a Poison Ivy character, right? He's basically like, let's turn Earth back over to the animals. So the discussions in and around sanity and objective reality are fantastic, and ultimately that's the psychosis or the crazy, right, of the movie, is like you are forced to live it.
Right. Yeah. 100%. Chad, what is this movie trying to say, or what is it saying to you?
Lots, man. Yeah, again with John, about sanity, madness. What is madness? Purpose, power, and who deserves to wield that power? Both with, say, religious issues, with the psychologist, the council of the future. All of that has to do, with power, and powerlessness. When you look at, the people in cages, right?
Big time. Yep.
That big dichotomy, I guess. Obedience, obedience, right? And that plays into those other themes I just mentioned, right? Questioning belief systems. She's a psychologist, but then she's also up there talking about religion and what was it? The Clarissa, tying it back to
Cassandra.
the Cassandra. Yes, thank you, Brooks. Tying that back, like that's a belief system. Whether like ESP is real, transcendence. Whether you can believe your dreams, intuition.
Right.
All of these different things. What is time? what is mental illness, the power of your words. This all occurs because he says one little flippant thing while he's fucked up on meds in the asylum.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's the power of that, just putting it out there, even offhandedly. You do not know what's going to happen, and there's a power in that.
Yeah. Yeah. I love that. I actually love that. The power of words. That's pretty cool. Yeah. Because he does say something, and he actually he's like, did you kill somebody? He's like, yeah, I killed 5 billion people.
Yep.
Cliff, what is this movie trying to say? What is it saying to you?
Well, we've got fate versus free will, right? I said earlier this movie leans into determinism, and the fact that Cole's future has already happened, right? Which leads into the dark storytelling. You guys have covered madness, but I think we're too focused on the character's insanity. How about the fact that society looks insane?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So society and madness are they're in a fluid crossroads in this movie, and really a very important thing here: memory and trauma. All right, because memory shapes identity, right? And so sad here that this memory has shaped this man's life, only for him to have misunderstood it the whole time until he finally sees it from a different perspective, which is the end of his life, which goes back to the determinism theme. On top of the fact that there is power, that we have the scientific council, that they interrogate people, that they choose who time travels, that knowledge does not automatically equal power, because Cole has knowledge. And so much of it, and yet really can do nothing with it. It doesn't automatically equal power for him. So yeah, this movie, part of what makes it great is it's so layered in themes. There's so much going on here.
Brooks, what do you think this movie's saying, or what is it saying to you?
Well, there's a particular scene that I really latched onto on this viewing, and it's when he's talking to Brad Pitt's character in the asylum, and he showed everybody's playing games, games, and he says the game is the drug, and I think this movie's saying a lot about not just how we treat mentally ill people, but what we consider to be mental illness. This idea of in our modern times, most mental illness usually is referring to people who are incapable of performing tasks, like the way that a normal person should, people who can't follow orders, antisocial people, people who can't contribute to society in the way that, we would like, we make, and, the way we treat them is we make them feel like a burden. We just want them to to just go away, to, go play a game, take this pill, it's just it's kind of like casual cruelty we have towards people who have mental disabilities or mental illnesses, because they're inconvenient to our normal world. They feel like they're affecting it in a negative way to us sometimes. But the reality is everybody can be happy. You just need to give people something, and it's a lot harder than sweeping people under the rug. But it's the only real way, I think, that we'll ever get over this kind of this era of people being so mentally ill and not feeling like they have anything to live for. Is we just have to find a way to give people something to live for, even if it is just a game or something like that. People just we just want like a monkey. We just want to have a game. We just want to have something to do. Feel like we're shaking things up. Feel like we're doing something.
Right.
But our way of dealing with people who don't fit in is just locking them up and drugging them. And it's we've been doing it for decades, and it's hasn't worked, but we keep doing it. And what's that?
But we used to.
Everybody's always saying about insanity. It's like maybe we're like
Right,
who's
and
the
then
insane
they
ones?
pull
You know?
funding.
Yeah, but you're 100% correct, Brooks. I think there's a lot of that in this film. You're right. They do drug or cage anybody who just goes against whatever power or whatever, whatever
And
the powers that be.
there because he like says something that's very like true and very like uh perceptive and like he's like he's got his little like his ticks and everything, but like he doesn't seem like he's like particularly like he could be a productive member of society. Like he's actually a pretty smart guy, but he doesn't want that, and that's his mental illness is that he doesn't want to do what everybody wants him to do.
Right. Yeah. Great point. I love that. Pete, what is this movie trying to say, or what is it saying to you?
Yeah, so like I wrote a couple things down. Like the base theme you kind of see from the antagonist is like anti-capitalism. He comes in and he's talking to
There you
a
go.
female scientist, and he says like,
Mhm.
don't you think like the true sin of mankind is that we say let's go shopping or something like that,
Yeah.
right? And he's describing it like he just hates mankind basically. He's like, I had enough of this shit, like down with the system. And so that's kind of like the main theme, that like the base theme, and then you go a little bit deeper and it's like the question of free will, and that has the whole thing to do with time travel, which I want to get into, because this whole idea of time travel, like you don't have free will in this whole idea.
Right.
Like in this form of time travel, there is no such thing as free will. Like you don't have a choice. Like it's all predetermined. This is what's happening. And then when he's in the insane asylum and the guy's talking to him and he's like, I'm from the planet Pluto and I understand that this is not a real reality. He is saying that he understands that he's crazy, but he's here, and that everybody on the outside are the people who are in denial. They don't understand that Cole's telling the truth. So it's that whole flip of the system that you guys were talking about, and it's just I love that when he says like, are you divergent? And he just he like leans his head on his shoulder. I
Mhm.
laughing when he did that. That was
And
so
he carries that with him from that point on, right? Like,
exactly.
am I mentally divergent? And she's like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, and then the overall theme, this might be a little bit of a stretch, but this movie for me was a romance at the end of the day. It was a love story.
Mhm.
This man who decided that it was predetermined, but he made that decision, whether predetermined or not, that he wanted to be with this woman. So his decision to do that is what ended up getting them to be able to cure the virus. And I thought that was beautiful. So the overall theme that I thought was that love transcends time and space. It's that these people were either meant to be together or not, but his connection to her is what fixed the universe, basically, or
Right.
to be able to move forward past this point.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, Pete, another great round there, and I'm with you on that, brother. That's exactly what I would say. The same thing. I would say that it's a love story, like we said, poetic. You said poetic, as a matter of fact, and I think that is poignant. Everybody said something that I think is poignant. I like the fate versus the determinism thing that you guys are talking about. I think that's very prevalent. Him taking things into his own hand. Is he fulfilling a prophecy, or is he like changing things, right? Because like you said, you can't change it. Everything they've done to that point is something that they know must happen for this to keep going, right? Like you'll see a newspaper clipping of the father and the army of the 12 monkeys getting arrested, right? You'll see that paper clipping, and that happens, even though they think it's a change in the time. It's not. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy. But he's determined to break that, to be with this woman, and I love that. I love the thought of that, even though it's ultimately he's not successful. It's like, I don't care. I'll move Earth itself if I have to. And at the end of the day, too, he threw it all away to save the world, which is also very poignant, right? Like the world.
I feel like, yeah, sorry.
Yeah, the world treated him like shit. Like shit. right? And he
Well,
still,
and on that point, it's super important to note that when he goes back after he changes some stuff, he goes back for the second time or whatever, they like start singing in Blueberry Hill. They give him a cake or whatever. When he comes,
yes.
like, hey, welcome back. You did it. Why did you? You're gonna be good. He's like, fuck this. I want to go back. I don't want to be here.
But even with all that, even with all of that, he still chose. He could have walked away with Madeline Stowe, go to the Florida Keys, hide away, do what the hell he wanted to do for the first time in his fucking life. And when he knew that this man was going to cause the world to go upside down, he threw it all away and decided, I'm going to stop this dude.
Because he was convinced that he could.
Yeah.
Yet that was never asked of him.
Exactly.
You know?
And I think
Which
that is,
I feel like takes us
powerful.
to where Cliff wanted to dive in on the ending here. I feel like we're
yeah,
dancing
Cliff.
around.
Let
We're
us
dancing
know
around what
the
Cliff, because I want to hear
ending
Cliff's comments
Yeah,
and
me
thoughts
too.
here on what that ending means for him.
Right. So James Cole, right? He believes that he is trying to save the future. But everything the scientists tell him to do is to document the past.
Right.
Right? Which means that A, he's just a tool and an experiment to them. Right?
Give us the spiders. Give us the spiders.
Right? That they know the apocalypse can't be undone. The only power that's left, which they wield, is knowledge in their time, right? And their science is a tool of understanding the catastrophe, right? So we get on the plane, and there is Dr. Jones, who we recognize from the future. And they have their introduction, and her last line of the movie is, I'm in insurance.
Yep.
Right? Now, what are the goals of the mission? I have them here. Okay. The goals are where the virus originated. What group is responsible? The original strain. Those are what they do. They give him recording devices, tracking equipment, and instructions to report back information. Right? That is it. They don't give him resources. They don't give him old cash. They don't give him anything that would equip a time traveler to avert a global catastrophe. They are using him as a researcher, right? Now, do they know that this man is actually looping into his own beginning and end? Probably not, right? But they know what they're doing. And by the end of the movie, we know what she's doing. Because what we have at the end of the film, when she is on that plane, is now she has many of her answers, right? So we have well, actually, okay, so the ending is not completely hopeless. Let's start with that, right? Cole dies, the virus spreads, humanity collapses, but the scientist is on the plane, and she now has access to the original strain, which could allow the future scientist to develop a cure. Right? Because that was one of the clear things. So that gives me my like hot take that the ending is not entirely bleak. The other thing is, now that she's on the plane, she knows who's responsible. She has access to it, and like all the details that they asked for are now complete. Right? We have the original culprit, and we have the culprit. We have Dr. Peters too, that fucking orange-haired freak. So the real mission here, at least from the scientist perspective, was never about saving the past, but about helping the future survive. Right? And that is why that final moment, that scene, her last line, that is why that is so important. Right? And that is, that's why from the day I saw it in the movie theater and it sent chills across me when she says, I'm in insurance, to now, I'm just like, I'm like, get it, Carol Florence, do it.
Well,
But
and,
you
I,
know
and I
what?
think
That's awesome because there was even I'm pretty sure it was at the end of the director's commentary. One of the producers was like, "I asked you to remove that insurance line from the film," and Terry was like, "No, it needs to be in there. She needs to say I'm in insurance." So
Right.
Yeah.
So that
that's kind of
we
why it's in there.
Right. So that
Yeah.
we know that she is not just past Doctor. Oh, that's the other thing too. Her awkward behavior, her awkward introduction reassures us that she is future Dr. Jones, right?
Yeah.
Who never
Okay,
learned,
now I'm
never
getting what
learned
you're
proper,
saying.
social mannerisms, right?
I hear what you're
So,
saying. She okay. So that was
'Cause
never
I've had several
her
discussions
path,
about
though.
that ending, and I'm glad Cliff sees it the way I do, because
Yeah.
I've had friends that were like, no, she's gonna stop the virus from breaking out. And I'm like, no, it's out. It is done. Like it's
yeah, because he
the
released it
point.
in the airport already.
Yeah,
Wow.
the security guys are like playing with the vials in the middle of the airport. Like it the goal is not to stop the virus outbreak, because you can't change the past. It's a time loop. It's not gonna allow you to change it, right?
I think.
Instead,
Sorry.
whatever happened. Like it's going to work out the exact same way every time. It's self-fulfilling, right? And so
Mhm.
what they're trying to do is get enough information to enable them to find a success in their present,
In
right?
their
In the
time,
future, in
yeah.
their, which is the future for Madeline Stowe's character,
Right.
right?
They're not trying to save the 5 billion people that are going to die.
No,
They can care
no.
less. They
And I
want to
think they
live in
try.
And in
try
fact, the
reinforce
doctor's probably going to die on that plane, because she's probably fully infected with the original strain, and is, as a result, she's the petri dish. When she goes back, they can use her death rattle or whatever to scientifically, get some information out of her body.
Or right, or she comes back with an actual with a copy, when she comes back with a vial of the original strain. Like that's what I'm thinking. That's all she needs to do. It doesn't change the past at all if she comes back with a copy of the original. She may even save her own life for all we know.
But I think that's important, because does she come back infected? Because I think that's what they reinforced in that one scene before all that, is that he opens up that vial in the thing. As soon as that's open, this one guy right beside him is case 0. He's case 1. He's like, oh, well, I'm fucked. I'm going to die. So, and then he gets on the
I think
plane.
she's the incubator, because they travel naked through time. They can't bring items. So the virus, being like the original strain in her body, would travel with her, and now they have it.
Because you can't carry anything with you. Like it has to be, right? So she's basically sacrificing herself by going back in time to do it, and it's mind blowing. It was crazy.
Well, yeah, thank you, Cliff, for fucking my head up, man. I never even
Because
thought
no one
that was her.
everyone talks about the closed time loop. Everyone's so focused on his beginning and his end, which is brilliant. But no one talks about her being on the damn plane and why. And when you rewatch it, you have to pay attention to the scientists throughout the movie who are not. We don't have a lot of time with them. So you got to take the time that we do have with them and think about what they say and what they do and why she is there.
Right.
Well, I think it goes back to power once again. Like if that council of scientists actually gave a shit about humanity, they wouldn't be keeping everyone in cages and taking volunteer specimens.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, and you know what's crazy too? Now that you say that, wow, that's crazy. Because again, I never thought that was the future version of her. I thought that was her in the regular before everything happened, and that it was like a coincidence,
She
like
travels back.
an ironic coincidence that she's right next to the guy that sets everything off, and this is the guy they've been looking for the whole entire movie. But it makes a lot of sense what you're saying, only because of the other guy that you keep seeing appearing. There's 3 people in this movie that you keep. Jose.
Yep.
The old man, the one without the teeth. Hey, Bob.
Yeah, Bob.
Yeah, that guy. And then the serious looking dude that never talks. You see him like on 4 different occasions. He's going up the escalator and he's just staring at Cole. And there's other instances where he's just there. And that's how Cole gets the sense in his brain that they're watching him. But at the same time, it's played for Cole is fucking crazy. Right? Like, is he seeing this guy, or is this guy from the freaking future? That is quick. Cliff. Bravo, my friend. Bravo. I love it. I don't think
Going
I've
deep,
ever,
Cliff.
I don't think I've ever gone deeper into 12 Monkeys.
No, I was gonna say this is a time. Somebody clip this shit because we just don't go here. No one goes here with this movie, and
I've literally had arguments about this with friends who are like,
Yeah,
they
but, like-
saved the future, and I'm like, no, they can't.
Yeah.
No, they can't. They can't. I mean, younger me felt like, oh, I hope she's able to do something. But every
Right.
time we rewatch the movie, I realized that she can't, you know? And then once I became fixated on her and I said, okay, I got to rewatch this movie, but I got to like watch the movie through the scientist lens. Like, forget everybody else. Focus on what the scientists are doing.
Yeah. And it even reinforces my theme. And Pete, I think Pete picked up on this too. The capitalist themes, right? I'm in insurance. I'm insuring my future, right? Like, and we all know what insurance companies are doing to this country. We don't want to even get into it.
Well, you know, it's so funny because I'm pretty sure the scientists of that time really are interested in rebuilding humanity. But like most humans, people ain't gonna listen to you. You're like, no, it's dangerous outside. And then they start fucking running around. They're like, no, we're on the verge of collapse. You cannot be running around with viruses and lions. Get your ass in here. So, of course, that's what they're doing. Like, I understand them. Like, I'm sorry. I would totally be team scientist. I absolutely would be team scientist. I'm like, y'all have proven that you will not listen to shit for your own good. So we are going to select which one of you are capable of time travel. Yes, we are all goddamn traumatized. I heard you. Shut up, Mona. Shut up, or I'm not going to get you a book to read. Everyone, stay in your pants.
All right, dude. Wow. This movie is absolutely brilliant. I am so interested to hear on the score that you guys are going to give this film. And I'll start with my brother, John. John,
I have one more thing. I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Pete. Pete.
For sure. I wrote a bunch of stuff down. I'm not going to read it all. I'm just going to. This is just about like time travel and the different types of time travel that are in movies. So I won't read like everything that I have here, but I'll read my little highlighted points.
Go for it.
So basically, like rule number, or the time travel number one, we have branch realities. So that's like you see that in Back to the Future. Doc's drawing on the time board. He's like, this is ours. This is the one that you just made. So that's branch realities. Second one, this always happened. It's the time traveler does not change the past, but ensures that the past always happens in the same way that it always has. Mm-hmm. That's this movie. So that's what happens in 12 Monkeys. It's the same thing in Harry Potter, Prisoner of Azkaban. Hermione throws that little stone in the thing, and then it's the same thing. They happened in the future, and then it happens in the past, but it always happened. Third one, time dilation. This is like Interstellar when they're really close to something, and then something far away. It's like different time differences. So then that's a different type of time travel. Mm-hmm. For seeing the future, being able to like be precognition or have visions. This is like in Minority Report. And then the time loop. This is like Groundhog Day or Edge of Tomorrow. Having an unstuck mind. This is like Days of Future Past, where your body stays in one place, but then transported somewhere else.
Yep.
And then the unstuck body. This is like Tenet, where everything else moves at the same point or like the same time, but then you're traveling backwards or like moving at different points in time. Super confusing. And then Anything Goes. This is like Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. They're just going and nothing really matters. They're time traveling.
There's also every time you time travel, you're creating an alternate timeline.
Yeah,
that's branch reality.
Back to the Future. Yeah,
right, branch reality. And then the other one is you're always traveling on the same timeline, so everything you do affects the timeline, a la Back to the Future.
Yeah. And the one you described.
I love your breakdown, Pete. I love it.
Yeah. All right.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Let's put a button on this thing. Let's get the hell up out of here. John, out of 5, what are you giving?
It's 5. It's a 5. It's a 5. It's a 5. I love the movie. It's imminently rewatchable. Just I can happily rewatch it. I don't rewatch it too often because it is very heavy and very difficult to watch. But I've never been disappointed when I put it on.
Yeah, great. Okay,
That's
5
so
from
funny because
John.
that affects my score.
Chad, what are you giving this film out of 5?
I was gonna go with a 4.5, but after all our discussion and the added points that all you guys put in, it makes me want to go start it right now. Just click the fuck off and go watch it again. Like,
Yeah, I'm out of here. Bye,
so,
guys.
yeah, see you guys later. Station, bye. 5 for me. Just stellar movie. There was one thing I forgot to say about the themes. And it almost ties in to the visuals, right? It's the comparison of almost like the steampunk aesthetic, the division of technology and of organics, right? Like when he goes up to the surface, all of the technology is pretty much dead, right? Like it's just pure isolation, and it's only animals there. Whereas underground with the humans is pretty much primarily technology. So like that temporal and eternal, sacred and profane, techno and organic, like I think that adds another element to it. But yes, overall 5.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know what? You just made me think of something. Wow, damn, we are just diving too deep into this movie. I was just thinking, like, they wanted to free the animals. The animals control the world in the future, right? Like, it's
Mission
just crazy.
accomplished.
Yeah,
Animals
yeah.
are running free on the surface while the humans are in a zoo, basically under the.
Yeah.
Shit.
Well,
Cliff.
it's like the guys in the insane asylum. They switched the roles. They were like, "Fuck this! Those animals are getting mistreated. Humans are going down."
Bruce Willis and Madeline Stowe. Do they do the switch? Kind of.
Well, and of course, that's why we have those moments of Bruce Willis in the asylum, basically like, "Wait a second, this looks like the future," like, you know. But like, it's twisted.
Yeah. Cliff, what are you giving this movie out of 5?
So I am also influenced by tonight's conversation, and I'm gonna go full 5. Full 5 you digs. You know, it is a unique and unsettling sci-fi experience. Bruce Willis, Madeline Stowe, Brad Pitt, all firing on all cylinders. The script is layered. Repeated viewing is rewarding, as based on all of our interpretations here tonight.
Yeah.
And of course, the ending is haunting and unforgettable. And the only warning is that this movie is quite disorienting. So, like, that's the only warning label. So if you have any conditions where that could be a problem for you, we may have to talk like an audiobook or something. Like, if you like psychological thrillers, if you like philosophical science fiction, like if you love Blade Runner and Looper, then like this movie.
Right.
This is it.
100%. Okay. All right, Brooks. Out of 5, what are you giving this movie?
Yeah, I can't remember what my previous score was, but I imagine it was probably at least a 4.5. But I'd say on the rewatch though, I'd give it a 5 as well. Like, this is a movie that, it's an interesting thing. It's just an interesting movie, like, and Gilliam's good at that. He's good at, like, having this kind of dark concept, but like it has this kind of like, lightheartedness to it at the same time.
Yes.
And like this movie, like I said, time travel in itself as a subject can be like, it can be a turnoff a lot of times because it's so confusing. But I think this movie does it well enough that it doesn't feel like too confusing. I think it is a movie I think demands like multiple viewings if you really want to like, get into it. But yeah, like, I think you could enjoy it on the first watch too. I remember I enjoyed it on the first watch, but I think I probably liked it a little better on this one. So yeah, like as far as this, as like, the concept goes, like it's as good a movie I think you can get about time travel as any I've seen. It's like amongst the best top tier time travel movies.
Oh yeah, Brooks. All right, Pete, man, first time watch. This movie's older than you. Kind of curious on what you're gonna do here, buddy. It took you 3 times to get through this movie, but don't feel.
It didn't take me 3 times. I took a break the first time and then came back and finished it.
You said this movie needed an intermission, Pete. Okay. No, seriously though, dude. You made some great points tonight. Don't feel pressured. Whatever you feel is whatever you feel. What are you giving 12 Monkeys?
No, I'm gonna give you my 100% honest review. So the first time I watched it, I was like, "This is like a 3 out of 5." I don't like this movie that much. And then the second time and the third time I watched it, it just all those little puzzle pieces started to click, and I was like, "Oh, that's why they're doing that." So then it's all those little things just started to make more sense. So at the end of the day, I want to give it a 4 out of 5. You digs? I really liked it. At the end of the day, it wasn't. I still see the flaws on the surface and all those little tiny imperfections inside the movie, but that doesn't take away from what it really is. It's a time travel movie that accomplished what it set out to do. And there's so many little layers that are beneath it that you can just keep digging.
Yeah.
I had a bunch of little stuff that I wanted to say quickly. It's just like a little tiny little facts.
You know what? You wrote so much shit down today that I'm gonna say for you it is a 5. I don't care what you say.
Yeah, I agree too, because just the note taking. And by the way, I want you to know, I too have pages and pages of notes because I have dual screen. I have pages and pages of notes, and I have to rein myself in because I know who I am, and I also have to be up at 6 a.m. for a compo convention. So I really was like trying to hold it down.
I'm not writing this down. I wrote this down. I'm gonna say it.
More notes.
There he is.
Chad got his notes. Yeah.
So-
Pete, I'm gonna. Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I thought my
all
1 or 2
three of the
pages
leads-
was a lot.
all 3 of the leads took pay cuts to be in this movie, which I thought was really cool. Brad Pitt took a pay cut. Bruce Willis and who's the female lead? I forgot her name.
Madeline Stowe.
Madeline Stowe took a pay cut as well. They all
Look
they
up
read
her
the script, they were
filmography,
like-
baby, because she delivers.
Yeah.
and they all wanted to be in the film, so they all took pay cuts to be in it. I thought that was really interesting too. I was like, you didn't have to pay out the ass for Bruce Willis. He was like, I want to do this. I want to challenge myself. I thought that was pretty cool. Terry Gilliam abandoned the Tale of Two Cities movie. He was making it with Mel Gibson and Liam Neeson, and he abandoned it to go work on 12 Monkeys. I thought that was pretty interesting as well. Brad auditioned for the part of Cole, but they told his agent that they wanted a larger age gap between the two characters, between young Cole and older Cole. So they told him no, and then he got the other part. Terry lost control of the film. He told the producers that he didn't want to do it anymore, and he was like, I don't want to do this. Go find someone else to do the film. He broke down halfway through it and then finished it. And then the first young Cole was cut from the movie. I think a lot of people know that. The second actor took over after. And then all the Nas Illmatic posters. I thought that was pretty funny. You just see all these Nas posters framed in the shot. I was like, hell yeah.
Oh, well, there's
Yeah,
another
well,
nugget. There's another nugget I gotta go look for now. When I didn't notice any Nas in this, but now I gotta check it out. All right, so Pete gave it a 5. All right. No, dude, I appreciate your thoughts, man. Definitely killed it tonight with everything, all the stuff we talked about, theme, style, structure, everything. Yeah, I was with Chad on the 4.5. I was there, but then we had this conversation, and not only that, but this viewing that I had, this last viewing, where I was just noticing the little camera tricks and the little, juxtapositions of the future and the past, and you mix that in with the brilliant performances from Brad Pitt, Madeline Stowe, and Bruce Willis, and I think you do have one of the more brilliant modern science fiction movies. That this is top tier shit. It's just so much to it. It can be just a movie, like Brooke said. You can just enjoy this because Brad Pitt is acting all fucking nuts, and he's a heartthrob, Bruce Willis. You know what I mean? You can just have fun in that way. But when you really look at what they're talking about and the things they're getting at, and then framing it in this Monty Python-esque, I don't know, jovial, weird, just weird, kooky kind of thing. This movie is a 5, 100%. And this conversation definitely, I mean, fucking Cliff just blew my freaking mind. I never, ever thought that she was her future self going back in time. I did not even think that at
Right,
all.
because how old would she even be in her past?
Yeah, no, it totally makes sense now, dude. And yeah, so yeah, this movie is fantastic, guys. You all killed it. Like I said, I don't think I've ever gone this deep on 12 Monkeys. Not only that, but I got to tell you, I've been doing these movie reviews for the past 2 months, and I've had great times. I had great panels, but I think this one is probably our best show to date since coming back and doing these movie reviews. So thank you so much.
Yeah.
I think we definitely peeled that onion. Robbie, catch the rewind. I hope you're proud of us. But yeah, before we get on out of here, of course, I want to go around the horn. You guys let everybody know where they can find you, what you got coming up. And I'll start with my brother Pete, man. Pete, we got to get you on another one of these things soon, buddy.
100%, man. I'll be there.
Yeah. Bring your
More
notepad.
notes. Yeah, no, I'll bring more
Notepad.
notes.
Your notes app. I'm sorry, you're a little
Notes app and pad. I got both.
You got both. Okay. My man has an old soul. Pete, let the people know where they can find you, what you got coming, all that good stuff. Plug away, my brother.
Most Dope Comics right there. You can find me on YouTube and on Instagram. I'm way more active on Instagram because I don't have a good PC right now. I can't edit any videos or anything, but I can edit everything on my phone, so I can do all that on Instagram. So if you want to follow me there, that'd be great. I appreciate that. I'll follow you right back. Share all your stuff if you tag me in it. But that's it, Station. Thanks for having me. I really appreciate it. And Station Doll in the chat.
Oh,
Good
yeah.
job, Pete. Station.
Yeah, great job,
Great
Pete.
job.
Can't wait to have you back on One Things. Everybody go follow my brother Pete, doing great things on the gram and on YouTube. Brooks, my homie, man, we've done a lot of these together, man. And you always come out with some shit where I'm like, damn, Brooks did it again. He did it again, bro. You absolutely killed your theme. But let all the people know what you got going on, where they can find you, all that good stuff.
Yeah, well, I appreciate you having me on. Like, I love, March Madness. I love, watching these movies, and I get a little extra, on this one. I get to throw 12 Monkeys in there as well. As far as the stuff, my plugs, I do Go Figure reviews with Jelani, and we've got like a bunch of videos up right now. We do like all kinds of stuff. We do Marvel Legends, Masters of the Universe Origins. Like, if it's a figure, we'll review it. I've been messing around with this one today. This is Basketball Rogue. Again.
Oh my God. John and I are there. John's going to come in his Gambit outfit. That's it. I'll be dressed as Beast.
But yeah, also I'm we're doing Fade to Black. I'll be on that with PCP movie night. I watched that last night. Interesting movie. I won't say any more about it, but just thanks for having me out, bro.
Absolutely, bro. Anytime. You always got an open invite. I'm always going to send you those lists, man. Always appreciate your thoughts. Cliff, my bro, man, it's such a pleasure having you here tonight, man. You brought that great energy. I love your like, what do you call it? When you just go off a riff and you just keep going and you
my
just
side stories, my ability, my mastery over my ADHD.
Yeah.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, I love it. No, I love it. And talking about all Paul Rudd and everything, it's great.
Such an embarrassing story. People love it at parties.
But Cliff, my brother, let everybody know where they can find you, what you got coming, all that good stuff.
Yes, you can find me at Cliff on Comics. You can also find me over at the Council of Comics tomorrow, and you can find me on Izzyverse NYC on Tuesdays. But tomorrow, I'll be at King Kong with Izzy, so you can look forward to live streams from that. On Sunday, yes, International Women's Day, and don't forget to thank the positive women in your life. And if they treated you poorly, well, then don't thank them. Of course, I'll celebrate my mom. I'm going to have Chris Collects Comics on for Comics with Coffee with Cliff. At 5 p.m., the Council of Comics, we're doing my rom-com trilogy, and our last movie is going to be the the happiest season, which like I chose it because like lesbian, queer cast, Christmas film. I wanted to shake it up, but like everyone seems like I'm afraid of what the bad reviews that these guys are going to give it. And on top of that, I recently rewatched Boomerang, and I'm furious with myself that I did not choose Boomerang. Like I wanted to.
Boomerang is so good, dude.
Of course, it's so good, and I felt so stupid for not choosing Boomerang. And then,
but you chose the Big Sick, and that movie is fantastic.
I did choose the Big Sick, and I did choose Moonstruck, and I feel even stronger about Moonstruck after the recent rewatch. At 7 p.m. on Sunday, I'm still on Sunday. At 7 p.m. on Sunday, the entire Council of Comics is going to be live with I Have Comic Issues Bryant, and he's going to question all of us. So if y'all need some must-watch material at 7 p.m. on Sunday, I mean, I know a lot of people are doing their thing, but you may want to tune into this one for I Have Comic Issues. On Monday, it's New Keys and Hot Comics with the Council of Comics. On Tuesday, it's Izzy vs. NYC at 7 p.m. And Tuesday night at 10 p.m. Eastern, myself and Velvet Joker, we are interviewing Tom King. So there you go, folks. Be there. And so that's just the stuff I have going on this week. So thanks, everybody.
Oh, nice. That just this week. My gosh. Well,
that's just from tomorrow to Tuesday nights.
To Tuesday, yeah.
Hey, man. Well, everybody, of course, if you're not already following my brother Cliff, follow my brother Cliff. Lovable guy. Just love the energy that he brings to the show. And all his shows. If you love tonight, definitely give him a follow. Cliff, it's always a pleasure, my brother. I can't wait to have you. You're on California, right?
I'm on for California, which I have never seen, so I'm really excited.
Oh, yeah, boy.
Another Brad Pitt.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
back.
It also got David Duchovny. So
Yeah,
like basically I'm gonna time travel back to a time where they were I can't think of a nice way to say it, but basically where they were better masturbation material.
Oh my God. Well, they were definitely at their sexy peak at this time. All of the even Julia Lewis. But Chad, thank you as always for joining me, man. We've already done 2 of these things. Can't wait to keep this train going with you. Let the people know where they can find you, what you got coming up.
Well, first off, thank you so much for having me back, man. I love doing this. This is awesome. I live for this shit, like diving deep and just wait. You can talk about the weather with anybody. Let's get weird and deep. You know that's me, man. But as far as finding me, you can find me on just about any socials, Facebook, Instagram, part of Ghoul Division.
Yeah,
Ghoul Division brothers here.
Ghoul Division. Hell yeah.
TikTok and on YouTube, I have a channel. I've done a couple interviews lately. I've been on a few reviews of these. And then coming up, I think the next one I will be on is Serpent in the Rainbow.
Yeah, boy.
Heroes for Hire Comic Club. I know I'm on Psycho later on, and I'm on California. I will see you again, Cliff. It has been an honor.
That's
And
right.
you can
And a pleasure.
And a pleasure. Yes, definitely. You can also find me on eBay. I do sell collectibles and whatnot. I have some inventory up there as well. If anyone is looking for anything, I don't have all of my inventory up, but I have probably about 12,000 books. 10 are already sorted. I'm listing them as we speak. Reach out, Instagram. I would appreciate it. Thank you, everybody.
Oh yeah, Chad. Like I said, you're a rock star, dude. Everybody go follow my brother Metal Elf Collectibles. And yeah, man, take a look at his wares. He's a great seller. John, homie, I'm so glad that we got you on a good one, man. You know?
You got that ongoing joke. He's like, every time I put John on,
Well,
he
when
hates
John-
the
when-
goddamn movie.
when
He
John
rips
hates
this
the
thing to
movie,
shreds.
I'm just like a little torn inside. I'm like,
You're
sad.
2 for 2 in 2026. Now the problem is there's nowhere to go but back down again. What are you going to possibly bring to the table that's you're going to be on the same level as Terry Gilliam and James Cameron? I don't know that you can accomplish this.
I'll think of something. John, what do you got going on, man? I know you got a show tomorrow, right?
Yes, sir. Tomorrow morning, I got my Saturday morning comics show. Just going over what I've been reading lately, talking funny books and stuff, having a laugh, whatever we've been watching lately. I've been deep in the pit, man. I've been watching the pit. That show is freaking amazing. So I'll definitely be talking that. I've also finished reading the sequel, I guess, the Andy Weir's book that he did after The Martian, that's coming out here with a Ryan Gosling film, the Hail Mary Project. I read the novel, so I'm going to talk a little bit about that.
Nice.
Sunday morning, I'm on my man No Good Comics channel. We're talking Black Panther.
Yeah, let's go.
Hells yeah. We're reading our way through the Christopher Priest era, so I'm going to be talking about the first storylines in that book. And then I host D&D. So Sunday night, I've got my crew coming over, and we'll be doing our D&D show on Sunday night. And then next week, I'm reading Local Man. I'm reviewing the hardcover, the first volume of Local Man from Image Comics. Really fun book.
Oh, is it Tim Seeley?
Yes, sir.
Oh, yeah, that was good, man. Good.
Great book. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So we'll be talking about that on JP Budget Collecting's channel next week.
Yeah, I heard about your little D&D group, man. I've been hearing good things, man. I've never played Dungeons and Dragons, believe me.
Well, I got a little playlist on my channel, and the first, I think, 3 live streams ish that we did were just like, what the hell is this, and how do you play it? Like it's all the how-to stuff before we actually started our campaign, because I was like, I've never done it on my channel, and I don't want people to be like, what's this crap? I wanted like some tutorials. Yeah, so the first few in the playlist are just tutorials.
Yeah,
I'll check that out, man.
Oh yeah, yeah, and maybe in your next, when your next game starts, I might join you for that. I want to get into that a little bit. Yeah,
yeah, I've always wanted to try too.
Aaron, you rock, my brother. Aaron, you rock. Can't wait to have Aaron on a future show. He will be joining us for March Madness pretty soon here. But yeah, that's what we got coming up, guys. First of all, if you missed the first 2 movies of the week, again, The Dark Half over on Pop Culture Philosophers, Romero movie based on a Stephen King novel. I think it was very underrated Stephen King and John Romero work. So go check out The Dark Half. American Psycho over on Matt's channel, Matt Heroes for Hire Comic Club. They did a fantastic job. This is Matt's first time joining us on March Madness, and him and his crew, Big Jeff and the rest of those guys, Aaron, they knocked it out of the park, man. They had a rocking house that Wednesday, so that was fantastic. Can't wait for the next one with him. And yeah, this Monday on Pop Culture Philosopher, week 2 of March Madness starts with Fade to Black over on PCP. Pop Culture Philosophers, and then we're going back to Matt's channel on Wednesday, 9 p.m. Eastern for The Serpent and the Rainbow, where I will also be on that show with Matt.
I think I'm on that one.
You're on? Oh yeah, let's go.
Yes. I'm not 100% sure. It's all a blur in my mind, but I might be there.
Yeah. Well, that'll be awesome if you could join us for The Serpent and the Rainbow. I haven't seen that movie in quite some time. And I remember it being fucked up.
That's a very nice way to put it.
So yeah, join us next Wednesday for that one. And then Friday night, back here, 9 p.m. Eastern, we are doing Falling Down with Michael Douglas, man. I think a very forgotten but great movie dealing with madness, right? Like we all I've been talking about the movies this month. So yeah, come sub up to all these gentlemen, follow all these gentlemen, follow everybody in this chat, because we had a rockin' ass chat tonight. So many good people came to hang out with us. And yeah, we'll see you Monday for I already forgot the fucking movie.
Fade to Black.
Fade to Black. Thank you. Guys, it's been great. Station. Happy March Madness. We'll see you this Monday.